What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ramblin' Rams podcast. I'm James Torillo here with Jordan Bear. Jordan, we have something very special planned today, something a little different from what we normally do. We have Rams trivia today. How we feeling?
I like it. I liked the idea. Credit to JT. I liked it. The idea when you came up with it and proposed it to me. Kind of a quiet week in the off season post Watson and McDuffie signing,
Mhm.
and we did re-sign Keir Thomas officially, so I did like that. And we're just kind of waiting for more free agency moves. So this was a fun little idea to do this week.
Yeah, the only news really is that there were some rumors, some wide receiver rumors. Um, do you think Devontae Adams is going anywhere? And let me ask you another question on top of that. Do you think there's any chance AJ Brown becomes a Ram?
Okay, I'll speak on the Devonte Adams thing first. I do not think that it was likely that they trade Devonte Adams. I was really surprised to hear that rumor, and
Mhm.
I heard a little more talked about it. The rumor specifically was it was something to do with like maybe it was like pick 13 and Adams for AJ Brown. That was like
Okay.
maybe the rumor. I'm glad that that didn't go through. I wouldn't have wanted to trade Devonte Adams. I think he said he was going to play until Stafford is done playing, and he loves
Yeah.
Stafford and wants to play with him. I know, so I don't know how much credibility I give into that rumor. I think the AJ Brown trade rumors were real. I think we were interested. I think that was possible, but I think the asking price is just a little too high. And maybe the situation was the Eagles wanted, maybe they were like, okay, if you do Adams and pick 13, we'll give you AJ Brown. And then hopefully the Rams were like, okay, we're out at that point.
Yeah.
But it's all speculation. The Eagles got a really good general manager, Howie Roseman, I think is his name.
Yeah.
So he does a great job, and they're a really well run team. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they were asking for a lot for AJ Brown because he's a great player. But credit to the Rams for trying to do that. We'll see how they still figure out that wide receiver three position. I kind of think it'll be through free agency, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see if Devontae Adams is moved because now for a second, I was like, okay, I can kind of see this because I know they want to go all in for Stafford, but at the same time, you kind of have to stay on the younger side. And if Devontae Adams is only playing another year or two in the NFL, maybe it's the right move to trade him for a guy like AJ Brown, who's going to have a longer career, or not a longer career, but more of a career left. But I would rather have Devontae Adams. I would. I know a lot of people would say that AJ Brown is the better receiver out of the two, but Devontae Adams led the league in touchdowns last year and was the best red zone threat in all of the NFL. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We had the best
Yeah.
offense in the league. I would be fine with maybe, I mean, as someone who, and I've mentioned this a million times on this podcast, but as someone who's surrounded by Eagles fans in Jersey, I'm not exactly the biggest Eagles fan or AJ Brown fan, but if we could somehow get him for cheap and have him join Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, I'm not opposed to it because I don't think he'd be as much of a, I don't like to use this term, but a diva uh, with the Rams than he is with the Eagles. But another thing, he's not happy about, his stats and getting the ball enough as wide receiver one in Philly. I don't think he'd all of a sudden be happier as wide receiver three with the Rams. You know,
Right.
like that doesn't seem to make much sense to me. So we'll have to see. But you want to get into some Rams trivia?
Yeah, for sure. I like it.
All right. You want to ask me first? Or you want me to ask you?
Here, I guess I'll go first.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, we both came up with the questions ourselves. I came up with 10 questions for Jordan. He came up with 10 questions for me. Obviously, whoever gets the most right wins. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, all questions are obviously Rams related, and I
Mhm.
got some fun facts here written down too, or and memorize. So question number one, I had who has the most Pro Bowls ever as a Rams player? So
Ooh,
A, Aaron Donald,
ooh,
B, Norm Van Brocklin, C, Merlin Olsen, or D, Jackie Slater?
ooh. Oh, I believe it's Jackie Slater. Is it Jackie Slater?
Final answer?
I don't know because because I know Aaron Donald had 10 in 10 years. So, I know he has 10. I know Slater has more than 10 because he played a lot longer. It sounds for some reason, I feel like I've heard that stat before. I'm just gonna say Jackie Slater, final answer.
Okay, no, it was actually Merlin Olsen with
Really?
14. Yeah, I did
Wow,
know this one
14.
before filling out these questions. I think Tom Brady broke the record, but Merlin Olsen had the record for like most Pro Bowls ever as a player
Oh, wow.
before I think Tom Brady broke it. Fun fact about Merlin Olsen, he was on this old show back in the day called Little House on the Prairie
Yeah,
before or after his Rams career. But yeah,
yeah.
Merlin Olsen, most Pro Bowls ever as a Rams with 14. Crazy.
My
Fearsome foursome days.
Yeah, my sister and my mom used to watch that show all the time when my sister was little, and I never
Yeah.
knew he was on it until, like, a few years ago. I saw that fact somewhere. I was like, "There's no way a, all-time great Ram was on that show," and I had no
Right.
idea, 'cause that show
Yeah.
was on all the time in my house, which is so funny that a Ram
Yeah.
was on it, but do you have the number of Pro Bowls that Jackie Slater was in?
I do remember, I believe it said 7. I don't have it written
7?
down, but I think I remember it was
Hmm,
7. I think you were right. Aaron Donald had, I think, 10 because he made it every single year. It was 10
yeah,
in 10 years. And then Norm Van Brocklin was actually like 8 or something like that. He was pretty high up there too.
okay. Alright, so I'm 0 for 1. Your first question is, what is the sum of these players' jersey numbers?
Oh, wow.
Steven Jackson, Todd Gurley, and Pharaoh Cooper.
Okay. Hmm.
I had to throw in a weird one in there or else it would be too easy.
I definitely know, obviously, Steven Jackson's 39. I'm wearing Todd Gurley's jersey, number
Yeah.
30.
I noticed
Uh,
that when we joined the call. Not that you wouldn't know his jersey number, but
so I'm gonna say 88 because I think Pharaoh Cooper was 19.
I have Pharaoh Cooper wearing number 10,
Oh, you know what? I think you
which
might be right.
which would make the sum of their jersey numbers 79.
Right. Oh,
'Cause
that was a hard one.
it was a hard one because I remember I think oh, I know who you're thinking of. JoJo Natson was number
Oh,
19.
yes, yes. We've had so
He
many like weird little kick returners over the years that
Yeah,
all
Pharaoh
blend
Cooper, JoJo
together.
Natson, yeah. They were, like,
Shout
basically
out
the same guy.
Brandon Powell. That was my favorite of
Brandon
that group.
Brandon Powell, now is he still with the Vikings?
He got cut actually, so
Mm,
I don't know if he's with a team right now, but I'd love to bring him back. I'm not high
yeah,
on Xavier Smith after
right,
the NFC Championship.
right. Yes, I remember, looking for just for fun one day, I was looking for Rams jerseys online, and someone was selling a Pharaoh Cooper jersey. And I thought it was funny because the last name is Cooper and the number's 10, and Cooper Kupp
Oh,
was number
right.
10, and his
That
first
is
name is
funny.
Cooper. So I thought that was, like, funny because I think the description actually said Cooper Kupp jersey because the person probably just found it somewhere and just assumed it was Cooper Kupp, but it was
Right.
actually Pharaoh Cooper. So, yeah, the sum of their jersey numbers is 79. So, unfortunately,
Wow.
we're both 0 for 1 to start, but let's see if I can bounce back here with question number 2.
All right. I will say question number 2 was a hard one. I don't know if I would have known this one
Mhm.
off the top of my head. Okay. Who has the longest rushing attempt in Rams history?
Ooh.
A. Trey Mason, B. Todd Gurley,
Oh gosh.
C. Eric Dickerson, or D. Kenny Washington?
I don't know why, but I remember Trey Mason having a huge run against the Raiders in that 55 to nothing route against them. So I really want to say him, but if it's not him, I'm gonna look really stupid because you just named a bunch of great running backs, and then also a guy who is, not the not exactly Eric Dickerson level, to say the least. Oh, I don't know why I remember him having a big run. It was either somebody had like an 80 something yard run against the Raiders that year. Do you remember that game? We
I
won like
remember
55
that
nothing.
run you're talking about specifically by Trey Mason on the Raiders.
But like, oh, this is tough. This is a really tough question because
Yeah,
I feel
this
like
one was kind of a tougher one. I don't know if I would have gotten this one.
this is tough because Eric Dickerson seems too obvious. And who's the fourth option?
D was Kenny Washington.
Kenny Washington. Okay. I'm just gonna say Trey Mason because I remember that long run. Is that right?
It actually was D, Kenny Washington.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out Kenny Washington. He was the fun fact first African American player to sign with the NFL post World War II. So,
Wow.
really
Okay.
cool fun fact about him, Rams legend.
How long was the run? Do you have that or no?
I don't it was like it was I don't remember the specific number. I didn't write it down.
Okay.
But it was I do remember that Trey Mason
That's
run.
what I
That was a
was
really good
thinking.
guess. I think that was like second. So that's
Dang
why I
it.
like had his name written down.
Okay. Okay. Dang it. All right. I'm 0 for 2. I gotta lock in. I gotta lock in. I gotta get like 8 in a row right now to win this thing probably. But if I do want to say something. Disclaimer, if we don't get a lot, it's probably because these questions are ridiculously specific and hard. So we're not fake Rams fans, just putting that out there. I don't think we need to say that, but I just figured I'd say something.
No, that
Question
was a really hard question for
yeah,
sure. For sure.
because there's no way I would have known like, oh, I remember that Kenny Washington run back when I was a kid. No, like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that was a good question. All right, question number 2 for you. This is a tough one. What season did the Rams not play in the NFL? There was one season where
Oh,
the Rams didn't
wow.
have enough players. Like, I won't say why because it would give the answer away, but they didn't have enough players, so they just skipped that season. The Rams were not a team. Was it 1943, 1959, 1971, or 1993?
I'm going to guess 1943.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Okay, let's
1943.
go.
They
I'm
didn't.
assuming like for World War II.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
for World War II. They
Okay.
didn't have enough players, so they just didn't
Wow.
play that year, and that I believe that was the same year or, like, 1 year away from the Steagles, if you know that
Yes.
story.
I
When
do
the
know that story.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess the Rams couldn't combine with another team for a year, but so they just didn't
Right.
play that year. So I thought
I
that was a pretty cool fact.
Yeah, that was. I like that one. That was a cool one for sure.
Mhm. Alright, question 3. I gotta get this one right. I have to.
All right. All right. This one, I'll say this one, it's another Rams fact. It might be a little tough, but
Okay.
see if you can get it. I did know this one before I wrote them all down and everything. Okay, question number 3. Who has the most receiving touchdowns in Rams history in a single season? So just 1 year. A. Elroy Hirsch. B. Your boy Cooper Cup.
That's who I was gonna guess. Oh, man.
C. Devontae Adams. Or D. My guy Isaac Bruce.
I believe, uh well, Devontae Adams obviously was this past year because he's only been in a Ram for a year. Um,
Great year, too.
Great year, led the league in, touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. I believe Cooper Kupp's 2021 season had more than Devontae Adams's 2025 season, so I'm gonna eliminate Devontae Adams. Give me the 2 other options again.
A was Elroy Hirsch. B was Cooper Cup. C was Devontae Adams. And D was Isaac Bruce.
I really wanna go Cooper Kupp just because it's Cooper Kupp, because that's who I thought of before you listed the options, was 2021 Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna feel really dumb if it's Cooper Kupp and I don't guess him, but, uh, I'll just guess Cooper Kupp. Is that right?
Oh no, he had
Dang it,
one
man!
less. It was A. Elroy Hirsch. He
What
had
were the
one
numbers?
more. I think Cooper Cup had 16, Adams had 14, Isaac Bruce had
Okay.
13, I believe, and Elroy Hirsch I think had 17.
Dang it, I
So
was
I
so
think this
close.
he had like one more. And fun fact about Elroy Hirsch, his nickname was Crazy Legs. I don't know if you knew that.
I think I've heard of that.
Player from back in the day, he ran in a really awkward fashion where his leg would kind of swing out like that in a really
Huh,
obscure fashion. So they called him Crazy Legs.
okay, I like that. Man, I'm slumping right now, 0 for 3. I figured, like, if it's Cooper Kupp and I get it wrong, that's, like, a disgrace, so I feel like I had to guess him, but I was close though,
Yeah,
only a
yeah.
touchdown away.
I guess I had some really hard questions on my list, but I
I
wanted to
mean
try to make it interesting.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I gotta get on a roll here, but, your question number 3 is, the Rams have made 5 trips to the Super Bowl. How many total points have they scored in those
Oh
5 games?
man.
You have options:
Okay.
73, 85, 98, and 109.
Okay, okay. Let me do some math here. So I know we scored 23, I believe, both times that we won. So that would be 46. We scored, I want to say, 3 points in the second one to the Patriots. Of course, I remember that one. And
Mhm,
then the one in 2001, I think we scored 17. I was still a little kid, so I don't remember that one. I was alive, though. I know that was before you were born.
mhm.
So that'd be so 46 I think plus 20 would be 66. And then in the last one I think we scored 19. So was 85 an option?
It was.
Okay, I'm going to go with 85. Final answer.
That is correct. Wow.
Okay, okay,
That
let's
was
go.
impressive. Wow. I didn't know if you would remember the exact amount of points in the Steelers lost in the Super Bowl in 1980. So thought I might stump you there because I
Maybe
figured you know the 3 points and obviously both 23 and then
right.
17. And I was like, maybe he won't get 19 because that's like kind of a weird number to score in the Super Bowl. So I thought I might stump you, but I did not. Wow, that's impressive. All right, so you're
Right.
2 for 3.
So maybe I wouldn't have got that one had I not been like doing a little bit of research filling out this list
Hmm.
over the past couple of days. But I did remember I saw we lost 31-19 to the
Yeah.
Steelers in that 79-80 season.
Yeah, we were winning that game 19-17 going into the 4th quarter and got outscored 14-0 in the 4th quarter to lose.
Dang. Yeah, yeah, that's tough though. That's one of the best teams ever though. So no shame in losing to the Steelers.
Yeah. I know that because my dad was, like, 12 at the time, and he's
Okay.
still not over it.
Wow, wow. I like that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Alright, so you're 2 for 3, I'm 0 for 3, I gotta get going here. Question number 4, I
Okay,
gotta get this right. Have to get this
I got another couple hard ones,
Oh,
and
boy.
then maybe a few ones that I don't know. My list is pretty hard. I won't lie.
Okay.
Okay, so number four, who has the most interceptions thrown in a single season by a Rams player? A. Bob Waterfield. B. My guy Kurt Warner. C. Your boy Jared Goff. And D. Mark Bulger.
Oh, man.
Rams
Uh,
quarterback when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember
no,
Mark
I know
Bulger.
him. Yeah, number 10,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I didn't get to see him because the first quarterback I saw was Sam Bradford, but I do know who he is. Um, I don't think it's Warner. I don't think. It probably is now that I said that, but, I'm gonna eliminate Warner because I think he's too good for that. I I want to eliminate Goff, but at the same time, he did have a really bad year in 2020. I don't remember the amount of interceptions he threw, though. Mark Bulger could have totally thrown a bunch of picks because he was on some bad Rams teams. And what was the first option?
Bob Waterfield,
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Hall of Famer Bob Waterfield.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, man. I'm just gonna go Bob Waterfield. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna go him.
You nailed it. It was
Yes.
a Bob Waterfield. I don't
I
have
got
the
it first
year
right.
written down, but I remember it was 24. So yeah, good
Wow.
job. Good job. That was a tough
Let's go.
question. So
Let's go.
nice
I
one.
finally got one right. Let's go. All right. So I'm 1 for 4. You're 2 for 3. Uh, this is a true or false question. I know we said that we would
Ooh,
do multiple
okay.
choice, but I figured I'd mix it up a little bit.
I like
Uh,
that. That's cool.
Number 4, true or false? The Rams are one of just 2 teams to win a championship while located in 3 different cities. Not the championship located, but like the team was from 3 different cities.
Okay, I got you.
True or false?
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. Totally went blank there for a second.
You're good.
I'm going to say true because they won a championship as the Cleveland Rams, won a championship as the LA Rams and a Super Bowl, and a Super Bowl as the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah. That is incorrect. It's actually false
Oh.
because the question was the Rams are one of 2 teams. They are the only team to do it. So
Oh,
it's false.
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I like
They're
that.
yeah.
The
So they're
only
the
team to ever do that.
when they
Wow, okay.
yeah. When they won in St. Louis, they became the only team to win in 3 different locations because they won in Cleveland, LA, and St. Louis. They're the only team to do it.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize that we were the only team to do that. That's
Yeah.
shocking.
Yeah.
Because I know teams move around all the time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so you're two
Interesting.
for 4, I'm 1 for 4.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully we have a better second half of this.
Yes.
I got another hard one though. Okay, so here's a career question. Who has the most career safeties as a Rams
Oh,
player on
man.
defense? A, the great Deacon Jones. B, another great Kevin Green. C, London Fletcher. And D, modern guy Robert Quinn.
Okay. From what I could be completely wrong about this, but I don't think a safety was a thing for a while in football. So that
Okay,
kinda
wow.
makes me think it's not one of the older guys, but I could be wrong. I don't know what's making me think that. I feel like a safety wasn't always a thing, but I could be completely wrong. But
I
to
can't
go
speak on when the safety started. I'm not 100% sure on that off the top of
mm,
my head.
can I get the options one more time?
Okay, A, Deacon Jones, B, Kevin Green, C, London Fletcher, and D, Robert Quinn.
I'll go Robert Quinn.
Oof, good
Dang
guess,
it.
but it
Dang it.
was B, Kevin Green. Kind of
Really?
guy who was all over the place, but in his short stint with the Rams, he had the most safeties. He had like 4 as a Ram.
Wow.
And he only had like 4 for his whole career, and all of them just happened to be with his time with the Rams, which was like
That's
in the
unbelievable.
80s. It was only like 5 years or something. He wasn't with us long. But yeah, Kevin Green, Hall of Famer. He had the
Wow.
most safeties ever as a Ram. Thought that was a
Wow.
cool fact.
That's very interesting. And all of his safeties were with the Rams, he didn't have one with any other team?
Right. All of his career
Wow.
safeties were as a Ram, none as a Steeler or Panther or wherever else he might have been.
Wow, that's unbelievable. All right.
I thought that was a cool one.
Yeah, that is a cool one. All right. This one, I don't want to. I don't know if this one's hard or not. I guess you'll find out. Number
Okay.
5. Out of all these following players, who has the most receiving yards in their career? Cooper
Okay.
Kupp, Torrey Holt, Davante Adams, or Robert Woods?
Ooh, man, that is tough. Okay, so you said read off the four for me one more time.
Cooper Kupp, Torrey Holt, Davante Adams, and Robert Woods.
And we're saying just career yards, not
Career.
career yards as a Ram.
Correct.
Okay, okay, that is a good question. Okay, so I'm gonna eliminate Robert Woods. Shout out wide receivers coach Robert Woods, but I don't think it was him.
Okay.
I don't think Cooper Cup either, just because our guy has had so many injuries. This one's tough though. Between Torrey Holt and Devontae Adams, I am going to guess Torrey Holt.
Final
Um,
answer?
be- I'm gonna say yes because I know for the 2000s decade he had the most receiving yards out of any player. So I'm gonna guess Torrey Holt.
That is correct. You
Okay.
you narrowed that down perfectly because Robert Woods had 8,233. Cooper
Okay.
Kupp has 8,369. Devontae Adams has 12,633, and Torrey Holt had 13,382. So you narrowed it
Wow.
down perfectly. But Devontae Adams, if he gets 800, about 800 or more yards this year, would pass Torrey Holt.
Right.
So if we
So
were to ask
very
this
possible.
question if we were to ask this question a year from now, the answer might be Devontae Adams, but for now, it
Yeah.
is Torrey Holt, so you're correct.
Right. Get my guy in the Hall of Fame. Long
Agreed.
overdue.
Agreed. So you
Okay.
are 3 for 5, and I'm 1 for 5, so I'm kinda getting my butt kicked here. Um, alright, we're on question number 6, right?
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Okay. Here's another one. Could be kind of hard. This was a hard one. I don't know if I would have got this one, but maybe you'll know this one.
Mm,
I don't know if I would have known this one before I made this. Maybe not. It
mhm.
said, what year did the Rams first move to LA? So not this most recent move, but originally.
1946.
You nailed it. I had it
Dang.
A through D, but you didn't even need it.
Dang.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's
So
go.
I don't think I would have known that one. So I'm really impressed that you didn't even need A through D.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
There
wow,
was
nice.
1946 the first time, and then 2016 the second time.
Yep. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Alright.
had C as 1945 and D as 1946 to try to
Dang.
stump you.
Dang. Dang, that's tough, but I'm glad I got that.
Yeah,
So,
you nailed that one. Good
let's
job.
go.
I like
Let's
that you
go.
knew
Thank
that
you.
one. That was impressive for sure.
Thank you. Alright. So I've got 2 right. Um, question number 6 for you. How many NFL championships did the Rams win, not counting Super Bowls?
Two.
That is correct. That is correct. Perfect.
Nice.
Alright. So you are 4 for 6, and I'm 2 for 6?
I think so. I think
Okay.
that's right.
Alright. Yeah, very good. I didn't give you options for that because I figured it was kind of an easier one.
Right.
So I didn't give you options, but you got it anyway. So there you go.
I
Good
did
for you.
know that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one. Another one. I don't know if I would have known this one. It's kind of hard, but I wanted to get a different one. Kind of a non-offense or defense related question. Let's talk
Oh
about
boy.
special teams.
Oh boy.
Who has the longest made field goal in Rams history? A. Brett Maher, Money Maher, as
Oh boy.
Cowboys fans know him by. Our kicker Harrison Mevis. B. C. Greg the Leg Zerloin. And D. Rams all-time points leader Jeff Wilkins.
Okay.
Longest field goal though, as a Ram.
The longest one I remember Zerline having was the 57-yarder to send us to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's Mevis because I don't remember him having one longer than that. If it's Brett Maher, I quit. I quit. The podcast is canceled because if he kicked one over 57 yards, I'm gonna lose my mind. um, so that leaves me down to who's the fourth option?
Jeff Wilkins.
Jeff Wilkins. Okay. Um, Jeff Wilkins or Greg Zerline. I'm gonna go Greg Zerline.
You got it. Greg
Yes.
Zerloin is correct.
Yes.
Although it wasn't the 57 yarder, I saw it was, I don't remember what year, but it was against the Vikings. It was a 61 yarder. I don't
Wow.
remember what game it said, but yeah. Brett Maher did have a super big leg though, so he was someone I thought about would be but yeah, you nailed it. Greg
There
Zerloin
we
had the
go.
longest field goal in a Rams history.
Let's go.
So good job, yeah. You're
Thank
on a
you.
roll.
I am finally. I think I'm 3 for 7 now. um, all right, question number 7 for you. This is related to the last question.
Okay.
So the Rams did win 2 NFL championships, not counting Super Bowls. What 2 years did they win those championships? I have
Ooh.
options if you need them.
Okay, I'm gonna need some options here. That's a
Okay.
hard one.
1944 and 1960,
Okay.
1945 and 1959, 1955 and 1956, or 1945 and 1951?
Oh man. Okay, so I know one of them off the top of my head was 1945 because I saw that we won one in Cleveland right before we moved to uh LA. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
1945 and 1951.
That is correct. Wow.
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah, when I knew that they moved to LA in '46 because I know that they won the NFL championship in their last season in Cleveland. So that's how I knew that question before. That I knew it was 1946. They won in 1945, and
Okay.
then they won their first one in LA in 1951.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. I think you're 5 for 7 now?
Not
You're
bad.
Yeah, you're really on a roll now because you were 2 for 4, so you've gotten 3 in a row. So, pretty good.
Okay.
Um, alright, so I'm 3 for 7. You are 5 for 7. I'm 2 behind with 3 questions left, so hopefully I can stump you on some of these last ones and make a comeback. What do we wanna do if we're tied after 10 questions? Do we wanna just call it a tie?
Yeah, yeah. Let's call it a tie.
Okay, okay,
Shout
I
out to ties. I love a good tie in the NFL.
really?
I do. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't mind a good
heard
tie.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. That's crazy.
No, shout out my brother Christian. We love to see a good tie every now and again.
No way. That's
Especially
great.
like if it's an ugly overtime game for the Rams, I'm like, and I think we're gonna lose. I'm like, okay, let's just try to tie at this point.
Yeah. I think the last time we tied was against San Francisco in 2013? We were
That
7, 8, and
could
1
be
that year?
right. Yeah,
24,
7, 8, and
24.
1. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, Too bad that's not a question. Alright, number 8.
Okay, keeping it with the special teams.
Mhm.
So, who has the most return yards in
Oh,
a
boy.
single season in Rams history, combining kick return and punt return? So, I got some all-time great Rams returners on here for you to guess from. This is a
Mhm.
hard one for sure, but I
Okay.
would have known this question for sure because I
Okay.
knew a fun fact about who it was. A. Dante Hall, the all-time great human joystick, great
Okay.
returner. B. Danny Amendola, Rams legend, Super
Okay.
Bowl champion with the Patriots.
Mhm.
C. Ironically, Pharaoh Cooper, who you had mentioned earlier today,
That's funny.
former Pro Bowler. And D. Oz Hakeem from our Super Bowl team, first time around.
I'm gonna go with Hakeem because I feel like if you knew a fun fact about him, you would have at least seen him play, so I'm gonna go with him.
Good guess. And
Oh, is it the first option?
he's He's a little before me. It's actually Danny Amendola had the
What?
most return yards in a single season. And crazy
No
enough,
way.
I remember this when I was a kid. He had the most yards, all purpose yards, for anyone in the entire NFL one year.
Wow.
It was crazy. I don't remember the year specifically, but one of those Danny Amendola years in terms of like rushing, receiving, and return yards, he led the entire league. So in a
Wow.
Josh Cribbs, Devin Hester, that Terrence Sproles era, all those
Yeah,
great players, Danny Amendola led the entire one, and I think he had the most all-purpose yards ever in Rams history in a single year. So, and
that's
he was like
incredible.
first and second in a 2-year stretch for Rams history. So it wasn't a fluke either.
I remember loving him on the St. Louis Rams. I remember he was number 16 before Jared Goff.
Right. Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
big fan of him. On my old Instagram, you can still see if you follow me. There's a picture I had put up of Chris Long and Danny Amendola because we were so bad as a kid. I rooted for them in the Super Bowl to try to get a ring when they were with the Patriots,
Yeah, that's great. That's
and they
awesome,
did. Yeah, they won.
and
It
they
was
won.
cool.
That's right.
Yep.
They did win. Um, alright, so question number 8 for you. If you get this right, you clinch the win. So,
Okay.
we'll see if you can get it right. How many years were the Rams located in St. Louis? You have options if you need them.
Oh man, I'm gonna need some options. I can try to do the math, but this is a hard one.
Okay. 16, 19, 21, or 24?
Okay, so I'm going to guess based off of the years, I think. So I know we moved in 2016, I remember. I'm gonna guess what did you say 20 was can you name off the numbers one more time?
16, 19, 21, and 24.
I'm gonna guess 21.
Final answer?
Final answer 21.
That's correct.
Okay.
That is
Okay,
correct. It
nice.
was
Nice.
95 no, I'm sorry, 94 to 2015. So 21
Wow.
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, so you're 6 for 8. So
Okay.
you've clinched the win. Hopefully, I can come back and make this look respectable in the last 2 questions.
No, I've been impressed. You've nailed a couple of questions, and I had some really hard ones on here.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Number 9. Who has the most passing touchdowns in a single season as a Ram? A. Kurt Warner. B. Jared Goff. C. The great Matthew Stafford. Or D. Another Rams MVP, Roman Gabriel.
Oh. I'm gonna eliminate Roman Gabriel because they didn't throw the ball as much back then. So I'm gonna eliminate him. I feel like that makes sense. Um, the second option was who again?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Okay. Jared Goff, Stafford, and Warner. I feel like I'm gonna narrow it down to Warner and Stafford because those are the 2 best Rams QBs of all time. I forget the exact number for Stafford this year. It was like 46?
Yep.
Was it 46?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go Stafford.
Final answer?
Oh, I don't know. Um, oh, I feel like Warner could have had more though. This is tough. Watch it be Roman Gabriel. Um, oh, now I don't know. Warner, Stafford. Give me your boy Kurt Warner. Final answer.
Oh, I might have tricked you. It was Matthew Stafford this
No,
past year with the 46.
no.
Yes, Kurt Warner in 1999 threw 41 touchdowns that
Oh
year with the
man.
greatest show on turf when he won MVP. And Stafford threw
Okay.
41 touchdowns when we won the Super Bowl in
Oh wow.
2021. Yeah.
I should have stick to
So,
my gut. I don't know what made me
yeah.
second guess
I might have
myself.
thrown you off there
Dang it.
by
Dang
saying
it.
that. But
All
yeah,
right.
you were on the money though. You had some good ball knowledge there for sure. You were on the right track.
I was. I was. Um, all right. Question number 9 for you. This is a tough one. How many playoff wins did the Rams have while located in St. Louis?
Oh wow. All
Mhm.
right. Let me try to guess this one with no A through D.
Okay.
Let me see if I can come up with it. Okay. So I know we won the three the first year.
Mm,
That we won the Super Bowl. And I want to say we got back in the playoffs and then didn't win a playoff game that next year. And then the next year we were the 1 seed, so we would have won two playoff games. So I'm going to say that's five up to that point. And then in '03, I think we lost the wild card round to the Panthers. And then in '04 we beat the Seahawks. So I think that makes six. And then I know from '05 on, we did not make the playoffs because that's my childhood. And I remember us never
yeah.
making the playoffs until I never remember us in the playoffs until we got to LA that first time against the Falcons. So,
Mhm.
all that being said, I'm going to guess six. Final answer.
That's incorrect. It
Ah.
was you're super close.
Oh
The
man.
options are 1, 3, 7, and 11, and the correct
Oh
answer is 7.
man.
I mean,
Seven. Six,
that
seven.
yeah, that's pretty impressive that you knew, like, all of them, but I guess you forgot one?
I must have missed one somewhere in there.
I you must have missed
That's
some
tough.
'cause I think the year we lost to Carolina, that might have been the divisional round, and we won the wild
Maybe,
card round?
yeah,
I think?
maybe we did win a wild card playoff game in '03.
There was
You could
one
be
year
right.
where we went, like, 8 and 8 and won a pl snuck into the playoffs and won a playoff game. I don't
That
know
was
if I
'04. That was '04. We
okay,
went 8-8 and then beat the Seahawks, I think. But I could be
okay.
wrong. I don't know. I know we lost to the Panthers in overtime because I remember I never really liked Steve Smith growing up. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Wow, I was close.
You
That
were
was a
really
tough
close.
one. I tried to think about that
That
one.
was a really tough one. That's really impressive that you were that close without the option. If I give you the options, you would have gotten that right, for sure. Um, all right. So you're 6 for 9, and I'm like -6 for 9 at this point. All right.
All right,
Last question, I believe, right?
last question though, and shout out to JT. I had a lot of fun doing this, making my list, and doing the questions back and forth. I think this was a really good idea. So,
Yeah, thank you.
shout you out, bro.
Thank you.
Last question: who has the most yards thrown in a single game by a Rams player? A. Matthew Stafford.
Wait, before you give me
B.
the options, I just wanna point out that I have a sneaky feeling that it's a certain player. I don't wanna say it yet, but if they're an option, I'm going with them.
Okay.
I just wanna put that out there. I really hope I'm not overthinking this, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. A. Matthew Stafford.
Mhm.
B. Vince Ferragamo. C. Kurt Warner. Or D. Norm Van Brocklin.
For some strange reason, I was thinking Nick Foles, that big game he had against
Mm.
Seattle in 2014, but I'm obviously not right 'cause he's not an option. Um, I have a weird feeling I know some weird stat about Ferragamo, and I feel like it could be him. Can you go over the options one more time?
A. Matthew Stafford. B. Vince Ferragamo. C. Kurt Warner. And D. Norm Van Brocklin.
Does this only count regular season or
Yes, this was regular season. I don't think
okay.
playoffs were included in this.
Okay. I'm gonna eliminate Stafford. I'm just gonna go with Ferragamo. Am I right?
No, it wasn't. It was the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, way back in the
Mm.
day. I don't have the
Those
year, but I have a fun fact on this one.
mhm.
I knew this one too. I would have gotten this one without looking it up. Cause Norm Van Brocklin, to this day, he did this way back in like the 40s or 50s or something. To this day, Norm Van Brocklin still has the most yards thrown in an NFL game. All these years later. So Crazy fact right there about that. Okay, so fun fact, Norm Van Brocklin. I would have known this one because to this day, even though he played back in the 40s, 50s, or 60s, however long ago, he still holds the NFL record for most